Welcome to Chat and Chew. Could it be PB&J? Let's see. No, it's not. This is called the Mediterranean. I'm sorry, what? Fit check? Just for you. Didn't tuck in my shirt today, but I think we can still do this. Pink, seersucker, blazer. What do you think? Pocket square. It's part of my men's collection. Can we eat? All right. People have been asking me to talk about my sobriety, and somebody else asked me to talk about following your dreams. Couldn't have done one without the other. See, I've been sober now like 12 years, 10 months, more or less. I'm an alcoholic in recovery. It is said that alcoholism is progressive. So my life kind of went like this. First it was fun. The middle part, fun with problems. And then the end part was nothing but problems. I don't want to get into specifics, but I was circling the drain. And the insidious part was I thought everything was okay. Oh, your wife's divorcing you. Yeah, that's cool. That's okay. You're going to lose your home. You know. Your friends don't like you anymore. I'm okay. You're unemployable. So what? That, my friends, is called denial. I was losing everything and I was like, la-di-da, isn't life fine? I did the rehab thing. That was good for me. I needed it at the time. 5 days of detox, 28 days of learning to live again. I wish I could say that after I left rehab that I was better. I wasn't. Relapsed more than a few times. Wasn't taking any of that stuff seriously. Started going to meetings of the anonymous variety. I thought it was great for those people. I was suffering from this thing called terminal uniqueness. Yeah, not as bad as they are. I still got my teeth. You know, when you come into that fellowship, that there's a 12-step program, which apparently, from what I was told, make you feel better. Maybe stop drinking and using. The only thing I did in moderation when I walked into those rooms was the actual work that was asked of me. Naturally, what do you think happened? Of course, I kept on relapsing. I didn't take it serious. I wasn't taking anything serious. I thought I could drink like a gentleman, do a little bit of controlled crack smoking, and have just a heroin hobby. I went out there, I did the research, and I can't do either of those three things at all. I don't know anybody who can and live. I had what many people who are alcoholic call a moment of clarity. It wasn't a white light experience or anything like that. It was just like I actually asked for help. It was something like, please God, help me. It was the first time I ever asked someone outside of myself, I guess, for help. And all of a sudden, like, this thing happened. The phone rang. It was a buddy of mine in the program asking me how I was. I just broke down. I was like, man, I'm in fucking pain. I don't know what to do. And he said, hey man, you want to go to a meeting? Said, yes, please. Take me to a fucking meeting. And he did. And it was just different. You know, I don't know what it was. I think I was afraid to die. I don't want to go down that road anymore. Yeah. Look at me now. Yeah, it kind of saved my life. It didn't kind of save my life. It saved my fucking life, basically. But that's what works for me. I mean, there's a million different ways to get sober, right? I highly recommend you check them all the fuck out. Because I did, and they didn't work. And like even the program I'm in right now didn't work for me at first because it was lazy. I was afraid, I was arrogant, egotistical, I was not humble. It was all about me, instead of what can I do for you kind of a thing. So there's a sea change in the way that I thought that happened, thankfully. Being of service and shit like that. And I go back now like, well, what the fuck does that have to do with following your dreams? Well, fact of the matter is, I always wanted to do what I'm doing now. And for some strange reason, I could never get it off the ground. I wonder why. You know, I was always afraid. I didn't think it was good enough. I self-medicated. I I did everything to sabotage not only my life, but also my career. I was the problem. It wasn't where I lived, it wasn't my partner, it wasn't my job, it wasn't my friends. I was the problem. Still am the problem. A wise man said, I read something, it just like totally like got to me. It says, I'm a pile of reworked flaws woven together into a semi-functioning human being whose glass house is always in order of repair. Yeah, it's a constant, it's a constant struggle, you know? I mean, I'm not cured. Science hasn't figured that part out yet. You know, I don't think, I mean, I know for a fact that, like, if you put anything in front of me that will affect me from the neck up, Here is the thing. The thing is, I don't know when I'm going to stop. I mean, that's just the way, you know, I have this allergy, you know? I have this phenomenon of craving sets in. I have a spiritual malady. This is something I deal with this every day. It's look, for me, basically, it's like, so I go to a couple meetings a week, reach out to my sponsor, we do some work. I'm surrounded by people who are moving in the same direction. You just want to stay sober, just like me, right? I can talk to them about my problems because they're alcoholics. I can't talk to someone like a civilian about the way, you know, my particular trouble set is, you know what I mean? My set of troubles are different than your set of troubles because everything gets filtered through the mind of an alcoholic. And there are all kinds of us. That's a great thing. This disease affects everyone from the park bench to Park Street. You know what I mean? The elevator stops on every fucking floor. You're not immune. I don't care how much money you have or how little money you have. You know, how great your fucking life is or how shit your life is. And this program saved my life. Sobriety, in recovery, saved, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right? It saved my ass. And because of that, I get to do what I want. I get to do shit. I'm going to quote Kanye. My life is dope, and I get to do dope shit. And I'm okay with that. Anyway, follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. If you think you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, DM me. I gotta get to work. Peace.